In today's video, we're rolling like a big dude with Barbus, and once again, we're going to use the Schick repeating razor, Type C. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, CDB, and if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing below. So, as mentioned before, we're going to be using the super cool Schick Type C repeating razor. This is an injector razor, and this dates back between 1933 and 41, so not quite 100 years old. You take the top off, and there is your razor, and it folds up that way for two reasons. One, so it can be stored in this super cool case, but two, so it can be loaded. So there is well, that's actually the plunger side. Let me pull out the other side. There's actually a little tray that goes up in this razor, and you open that up, you pull the tray out, you put a blade in, and then there's a plunger side. And so this plunger, what it does is once you load the blade in the other side, it pushes the blade up into the razor. So when you push it up like this, it pushes the blade up into the razor, and then you fold it like so, and you're ready for action. Really cool design on this razor, and we're going to use that again today before we send it back to David. Thank you very much, David, for allowing me to use the razor. We're also going to be using Barbus, big dude stuff right here. This is actually, for me, I like the scent of this. Now, I asked my wife, she didn't care for it. She said it smelled like mothballs, but for me, I just get a nice, pleasant, soapy, I almost get a citrus scent out of it. And it's fairly strongly scented. About 6, I would call it on the scent scale. The cost is $16 for $16 for 5.29 ounces. And that comes to $3.02 an ounce on our chart, which is a very good price. I used this a couple times when I was camping on video, and my lather was sort of dry, and it still worked very well. I can't tell you much about the ingredients because I can't read the label there, and I threw the box out, so I'm not sure what the ingredients are. I'll link the website below, and you can check it out. But a lot of people are using Barbus because the representative from Barbus in the United States, he just supports everybody, and he always hashtags like big dude or something like that. And so it's kind of fun. We have a little under 24 hours growth today. Let's get to misting so we can start shaving. We're going to go ahead and use our PAA cube today for a big dude Barbus shave. We'll apply a pre-shave here, and then we're going to slap the Barbus on top of that. I don't need the pre-shave. I used this twice with straight razors, the Barbus, while I was camping, and it performed just fine. Today I'm using the Polar Shaving. I think it's called G4. It's on Amazon. I'll link it below if you're interested. Really nice. I like these longer handled brushes. I've really been enjoying them. Now, as to the scent on this, as to the question of whether you find it appropriate for date night, big dudes don't worry about that kind of stuff. Big dudes who use Barbus, they wear whatever they want at any given time. We don't care about the season. We don't care about office setting, date night, and all these things that other people worry about and drone on about. We just use whatever we want, when we use Barbus, because it is for big dudes. It is for masculine dudes. It is not for the people who whine on, oh yeah, this might not be a fragrance for date night. We don't care about that. Because this stuff right here is masculine and for big dudes. Now, if you haven't seen the Barbus series of videos, you may not realize that, I'm overdoing it a little bit on the macho. And that is tongue-in-cheek. I don't want anybody to get upset. People are so, anymore, they just get upset so easily. You can't even joke. I mean, I don't know. It's becoming annoying that people are so easily upset. Okay. So let's get going and use this Barbus along with the Schick repeating razor. And actually, I find the Barbus to be pretty enjoyable to use. I like the scent, like I said. I find it to be pleasant. My wife didn't really care for it. But once again, my wife doesn't have to wear it. She's not a big dude. Why would she enjoy it? You got to be a big dude to enjoy this. Got to have some testosterone going. Those of you who are deficient in a department may not enjoy the Barbus. Just the way it goes. You got to be a big dude. If Borat were using Barbus, he would say, I like it very much, because it's good stuff. All right. The Schick repeating razor. Honestly, injectors are not my thing. I think DK really loves injectors. I don't know what it is about them, but they're not my favorite type of razor. I think it's really because of the blades, because I don't want to maintain yet another type of blades. I do have some injector blades, but they're a little bit expensive compared to other blades. Although I think you could probably get more shaves out of them than a standard DE blade. But regardless of whether I love injectors or not, the way this razor loads is very cool. And it's in pretty good shape, given that it's nearly 100 years old. A little bit of brassing on the top there, but overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking razor. They're kind of hard to find. They're, I would call them, at least they're hard to find in good shape. This model in particular, type C. But it's a good little shaver. And I wanted to use it again with the Barbus, because we're going super traditional and old school. Of course, if I were going super traditional and old school, I'd have a vintage brush, but I don't have one, so we'll have to, the brush aside, we're going full on big dude with the rest of this. You'll have to go watch Ken Klitschko's video, Marion the Barbarian, Carlitos, their big dude Barbus videos to sort of understand the traveling shaver, JT. And then you'll get a feel for what this big dude. So the Barbus guy, he comments a lot. And on mine, he'll go, your hobby, you're the #1 guy, big dude. So we thought, Ken Klitschko, myself, Marion, and some others, just like, maybe we need to try this stuff and support this guy, because he certainly spends a lot of time, supporting other people and with kind words. So we did this big dude tag, and I already tagged a couple of people, so I'm not going to tag them. I tagged Carlitos for one, and I just saw his video the other day, so it was a good video. And it's funny because in Carlitos' video, he started out with a sort of, I can't do really a Eastern European accent or whatever sort of accent that was, but he started out with that sort of accent, and then it sort of morphed into Tony Montana. So I think I'm just going to call Carlitos Scarface or Tony Montana from now on. He sort of nicknamed himself, which is great. Means we don't have to do the work. But honestly, the Barbus works nice. For me, I like the scent. But again, it's one of those things where scent is subjective. You may not enjoy it, and my wife didn't like it. Once again, she doesn't have to wear it. And I'm a big dude. I do what I want, and I wears what I want whenever I want. And honestly, that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's not that much. I mean, I'm not exaggerating much, because I really do wear what I want. That's part of the joy of the hobby. Now, I try not to annoy people. I don't want to wear something that's going to knock people over. But generally, I like to wear whatever I enjoy. And I don't worry about, whether it's good for date night or whatever, all that other stuff. You guys can worry about that. But I'm grown. I'm not trying to impress anybody at this stage of my life. I got kids, or at least one daughter that's older than, many of the shavers that I'm friendly with. So, I'm beyond that part of trying to impress the ladies. So I just wear what I want when I want. I don't worry about it, I'm not really looking to impress folks. I just look to enjoy. That's the #1 thing for me, is enjoying this hobby and the interaction I get with you, the viewers, and the other, content creators and just people who are involved in the hobby. It's enjoyment. And when we make these silly videos, and mine's not going to be as silly as the rest, because I'm not really good with accents, but it's just for enjoyment, and some people will see it and go, what was that? That's stupid. Well, try to lighten up and enjoy yourself once in a while. Be a big dude once in a while. You don't have to be so estrogenic all the time. Now, if you happen to be a female, that is entirely okay. But for you males, get some of this Barbus and knock that estrogen down a little bit, because you get a little whiny, and we need to up the testosterone, and the Barbus will do that if you are a big dude. You'll feel a lot more manly, and you'll be less prone to whining about what everybody else enjoys. And you'll do less whining about a soap label. For example, like the first Canadian soap. Maybe you won't cry so much about it. All right. Honestly, the injectors, and I've used a ton of them, they're not the best shavers for me personally. But I think the Type G Schick is certainly my favorite injector. But I'm not crazy. That's why I never bought the supply razor. It's just not my thing. But I wanted to use this one again because it really is cool, and I wanted to show you that this razor is out there. There aren't a ton of videos on it. There are some. Matt Pisarcik from Razor Emporium has a good one where he talks about these razors, and this is one of those you just won't see just anywhere. And so we picked Barbus to go along with it. And the Barbus has been good to me today. And so after this, I'm going to go outside and chop some wood and do some very masculine things, because this is going to give me at least a 27 boost in performance at hard physical labor. Because that's what Barbus does. It's what it brings to the table. You know, some people like the granny florals. Some people like the manly Barbus. I want the manly Barbus. I don't want the granny floral. But if you like granny florals, that's okay. But I suggest that you offset the granny florals with a little Barbus every once in a while so you don't get too estrogenic. That's just me. That's my opinion. Obviously, I'm being tongue-in-cheek there. I hate that I have to caveat that. It really gets on my nerves, but otherwise people will be upset. And sometimes, you know, they just need the Barbus. That's all there is to it. You just need the Barbus to knock down a little of that moping. All right, let's get this third and final pass underway with the Schick repeating razor. Again, really awesome little piece of history here. I respect it a lot. It's been a flippant shave today. We're not being serious, but I am serious about my enjoyment of these old razors like this. They have definitely stood the test of time. And while for me, it's not the best shaver, it's fun to use. You know, it's like a James Bond razor, like an old James Bond razor, like Roger Moore or Sean Connery. You know, it wouldn't be one of those newfangled James Bond razors that they would put in a movie today with the Craig, I can't remember his last name, but this would be an old school Bond razor. I think it's pretty cool. I do. And I hope our buddy DK will be able to find one of these, because he's really, in my opinion, one of the #1 advocates of injector razors. You know, there aren't that many people who are vintage SE advocates on YouTube, at least. There are plenty of people in forums, you know, and so on. But as far as YouTube goes, DK is your #1 guy for injectors, and Fuzzy, I would say, because Fuzzy uses gem style razors, but I believe he uses injectors as well. So those are your go-to guys. And as I was saying before, I was never interested in the supply razor, really. It's just because I just never had a love for injectors. If I have a choice between injectors and the gem style razors, I'll choose the gem style. They're just more to my liking. I do like the gem style razors. But the injectors will get the job done too. So don't sleep on them. And you combine it with the Barbus, maximum testosterone. I can feel if there is any estrogen working its way around, it's leaving with each stroke of the razor because of the Barbus. And that's what makes you a big dude. It's the Barbus that makes you a big dude. And that's all there is to it. And if you don't like it, yeah, you don't want to be a big dude, evidently. That's your problem. The rest of us big dudes will use it and enjoy it. And so, all joking aside, I think Barbus is pretty doggone good. I enjoy the scent. It's plenty slick enough. Comes at a good price. Gets the job done. I don't think I'm going to have a BBS shave today with this injector, but that's okay, because tomorrow we shall use a straight. And it's nice to give your face a rest from straights every now and then, and shavettes, you know. And so this injector, just give me a little bit of break. You know, this one doesn't have a ton of blade feel for me. So it's a mild shaver, but it will be plenty enough DFS. Darn fine shave for a big dude today. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me rinse. We shall come back with the post. Stay tuned. All right. And we have our blue Lancaster, which I got in the last drop. And also sent one of these out as a gift that hasn't been received yet, I don't think. But I hope that person will enjoy it. Really, really excellent moisture wicking towel. Lancaster, except no substitute. Okay, let's put a little bit of witch hazel on here. Although we don't need it. We don't need it because the Barbus, it'll do everything we need it to do. If we nicked ourselves, the Barbus will instantly close it because that's what it does for big dudes. Okay, everything is good there. Once again today, we used the Barbus. Don't use it if you're too estrogenic. It won't be for you. But if you're a big dude, if you're masculine, if you're going to go outside and chop some wood with an axe, no chainsaw, but you're going to chop down a whole tree and then split it. That's what you can do with Barbus. Good stuff. I like it. And we used the Schick repeating razor. This is the type C, sent to me from David from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you so much, David. I will clean that up and get it on its way back to you shortly. I'm going to finish off today with Stirling 1. It doesn't have any particular relevance to the Barbus, but it's a good workmanlike company. And I feel it will not interfere with the effects of the Barbus, which will be long-lasting masculinity, increase in physical power and strength. And the Stirling 1, it won't get in the way of that at all. Now, if you use an aftershave, it's got all the skin food on it, it's going to knock the effects of Barbus back quite a few, and you'll go out and swing the axe, and you probably won't even be able to lift the axe, to tell you the truth. So stick with something simpler to go along with the Barbus. That is my ruling. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you realize this has been Flip. We're joking around and just have fun. Don't take it so personally. Enjoy it, laugh, smile, have a great day. Thank you again. I've been your host, CDB, and I'm reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.